Hello, my name is Aaron, and welcome back to the Retro Gaming Collective. So I decided to do something a little bit new and interesting. I went to ChatGPT, and I asked the AI to give me some video game collecting video ideas, just to see if there's anything that I haven't thought of. And this is totally one that I thought was super cool to talk about. So we're going to give it a go, see how it goes. Now, if you guys are like me, space is always a problem in a game room. Mine is very small, and it's made even smaller by my shelves. So I have, let me just explain this room, and I'll give you kind of like, some B-roll of the room so you can see what's going on. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different bookshelves in this room. And that just stores my games and Pokemon cards and things like that. I have a huge wooden entertainment section here. I have a brand new entertainment section here that also allows me to have a separate TV so I can watch TV while I play games. And then I have tons of other little storage devices. I'm trying to make as good use of the space as I am able. Again, it is a tight space, so you got to use every little bit. So I even have stuff hanging from the ceilings. I mean, it's insane how much I've squeezed into this room. But really, I don't know if you guys have to deal with this at all, but as my collection grows, and it continues to grow every single week, sorry, I keep coughing. I am continuing to have to dig through my my bookshelves here to create more space for myself to grow certain collections that I'm working on. One of those that kind of stalled for a while was my Super Nintendo collection, because it was in such a small space in my my shelving unit. I had to basically stop collecting the Super Nintendo. Now, what I did was I'm pretty much done collecting for the PS4 for the time being. So you can see right over there, I'll give you some B-roll. I kind of got my PS4 games kind of jam-packed in one small little spot, and I moved my Super Nintendo games that created a whole bunch more space for them. I created more space for my Atari Jaguar, which I'm also working on right now, my Switch, my 3DS, and DS. I also created some more room for my N64, because I added something like 15 games to my collection while I was on my trip. If you haven't seen that, I'll link that down below so you can check those videos out. So I'm constantly reorganizing, and I'm always thinking about what can go where, what can get me more space here, what can I do with this and that. So that's number one, the constant Tetris of trying to make things fit. It's pretty crazy. It's always good to keep your mind on what you're going to be doing next. Now, I also want to show you guys some of these other weird little things that I've used and come up with, whether it's through YouTube videos or just happenstance, to kind of store some games. Now, I am going to show you, I actually have my Game Boy Advance games, my Game Gear games and things like that, all in a nail polish shelf. So this shelf that I'm showing you now is designed for nail polish, and to me it works perfect for my Game Boy games. I used to keep them in a binder, but I found that to be less fun. I couldn't display them, they would just sit in a shelf, you don't even know what's in there. But now these Game Boy games are out and visible and easy to see, and yeah, I think it's super cool. So that's something, I don't remember where I picked that up. I think it was from another YouTube video or something like that. And then a lot of you may not know this, but I used to manage a guitar store back when I was a single man and kind of could just play guitar all day, that kind of stuff. And a lot of times we would get new store displays, things like that. So what I ended up doing was I kept one of the Gibson pickup displays. Obviously it's empty, but it was perfect to display my handheld consoles. Not all of them, I don't have all of them in here, but a majority of them are in here, and I think it's super, super cool. It allows me to have them out in the open, but not take up too much space. Because I love my handheld consoles. I think they're super, super cool. Now, As far as organizing systems and the entertainment section, that is also constantly a problem. I mean, anytime you add a new system, like I just added my new Jaguar in there, anytime you do that, you got to find a place to plug it in. You got to find a place to plug in the AV cable or the HDMI or whatever. I think it's the RC, whatever the cable is that the Atari uses. That was a little bit difficult, but what I'm going to do is show you kind of how I have this work. Now, I have everything plugged into kind of a power conditioner. That way, when I'm not using the room, I can flip everything off and there's no electricity being used or anything like that. And what I actually did was I set everything up to a remote. So I can sit here and turn off and on really quickly, everything. I can do it from my chair. And it's literally just an off and on button. And it's super cool because, like, I can flip it off and then get up and walk out of the room. I use a lot of HDMI splitters because obviously when you have this many games systems, like you have to, basically split things because there's never going to be enough HDMI inputs on TVs and things like that. So I use a lot of HDMI splitters. And I also use these really sweet AV splitters that split up 8 into 1 AV unit. I basically just print out a little thing that gives me an idea of what I have. So every single system that I have is basically hooked up to these units and it's a click away. So that's the chief goal, right? To get things as easy as possible. And then I also got myself this universal remote here. It's super cool. I'll link this down below if you want it as well. And you can, it comes with an app on your phone and you can adjust it to whatever you want. So like you can name things on here. So you can see I got sound bar, we got the big TV, come on, we got little TV, and then we got tiny TVs because I got 3 TVs in here, all right in front of me. And it really helps me kind of keep things organized. But yeah, that's kind of like, generally speaking, how I organize this room. Yeah, if you guys have any questions or any ideas for me that you want to share, I am all ears. Seriously, like all ears, because it's constant. Like you're constantly juggling different things. But yeah, you can like and comment and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content, game hunting content. You can also follow me on TikTok or Instagram, where I'm at the Retro Gaming Collective. I'm also at the Retro Gaming Collective on eBay if you're interested in seeing what I have for sale. But yeah, until next time, thank you guys so much and happy hunting.